And welcome to part 4 of the Battle of Tobruk on Let's Play Battlefield 1942. You know this is a map with very little ticket bleed when we get all the way to a part 4 on this Let's Play. The ticket bleeding usually comes in only at the very beginning when the Germans are scrambling to get their first flag, and we basically didn't have that scenario happen at all because we got a flag so quickly right from the beginning. Right now I'm just kind of spawn camping that British flag. Lots of infantry continuing to pour in there. Okay, now the flag's gone neutral, so I guess that's the end of that. But I was just racking up tons of kills. Lots of defenseless infantry who hadn't quite learned their lesson not to continue spawning in there. If I had gone in with a tank and rolled right up to it and tried to neutralize it and capture it myself, instead of allowing the German infantry to do that, I probably would have gotten zapped by some enemy bazookas or engineers pretty easily. So sometimes spawn camping, even though you're really just racking up kills and points, it can have a tactical value to it that helps your team out. And lots of British infantry spawning with this flag too. This one's obviously a lot more difficult to camp in because there's a lot more places where they can spawn in. Fortunately, it's very easy to turn neutral this flag with your tank, even while keeping a healthy distance. Okay, I think I got hit in the rear from the M10 there. I didn't see him at all. And this is exactly a situation the British don't want to happen. I spawned in right in the middle of the battle at one of the flags that we captured. There was an empty tank there and I went right into it. The British advantage on this map is that they're the ones who get to spawn right in the middle of the battle and take a tank. The Germans are supposed to have to get their tanks from all the way in the main base. Right there we established enough of a hold on a second row flag to allow me to just go right in there and take in a flag and a tank. Are now down to only one flag they can spawn in, and it's a flag that does not have a tank spawn, so they're going to be rolling in with the infantry pretty much endlessly until they sneak around and take another flag, and that's really going to hurt their tickets more than anything else. Having only one flag doesn't hurt them that much in terms of the normal way that it does on Battlefield 1942, because this map doesn't have ticket bleed. Germans can have all the flags except one. British still don't get bled, but the fact that they're all going to be spawning as infantry against our tanks, they're going to be spawn camped, it's just going to really kill them. The British likely had enough time to send some of their infantry out and kind of scatter, so they've got a decent chance of finding at least one flag that we're not currently defending and sneaking it for themselves, but at this point it does not look good for them. Germans now have all the flags. We're basically guaranteed a victory here. Whether or not we'll actually cap them out, there you go. We weren't defending the flag far to the east, and one British infantry at least was able to escape through the net and capture a flag. That often happens, but the good news is we spent a lot of time spawn camping. We really got a chance to knock down their tickets just killing all those infantry. So basically it's just a matter of time now. The battle's over with. For the British, I would say that the reason that they lost this map is primarily because they weren't able to inflict ticket bleed right at the beginning. I think some of that had to do with people not loading the game quickly enough, which kind of sucks, but on the other hand, the Germans hate playing on this map if they're not able to get at least one flag right away. The other thing is they weren't able to push us back out. Oftentimes the Germans do get a flag, or they get 2 flags, but then they get pushed right back out, so the ticket bleed begins again. And that just really didn't happen to us on this round. One other thing I would point out to critique the British performance on this round, we noticed that several times they left their tanks unoccupied even though they spawned them at the second round. They've really got to keep those things occupied and put to use, and they definitely don't want them to get stolen. I was out of grenades there, so I wasn't able to finish off that British artillery piece. Impressively, the British have managed to capture a number of flags in their counterattack here. That really just goes to show that the British always have a decent opportunity to push you back. Pushing you back, getting all their flags back, or at least restricting the number of flags that the Germans have. But once the Germans have built up a good lead, unless they don't get completely bled with the tickets on ticket bleed having only their main base, you know, the Germans, it's like any other round where a team has an uncapturable base. If you build up a good enough lead, you should be solid. You should be able to win. It looks like one of the British was able to steal one of the German tanks that spawned in here at the front. Presumably what happened is that once our team realized that the British had captured their main base again, everybody just started flooding to the east and no one was left to defend. That's basically what happens when the Germans take the British main base. A lot of people failing to defend. A lot of people just swarming in one direction. That little hedge over there, the little bush by this bunker, that's actually a pretty decent place to hide if you've got nothing else to do, just to keep that flag neutral. You can lay prone in there, and oftentimes people will miss you completely. And the professor still has his M10 tank. I don't know if he... that may even be the same M10 tank that he got from the very beginning of the round. Just keeping that continually repaired. And that really goes to show if you take kind of a not too aggressive an approach, you may be able to last with your tank for a long time, especially if it's a heavy tank. But if you want to keep those flags neutral or try to capture flags with your tanks, you're a lot more likely to get blown up. Well, this has definitely been one of the longer rounds I've seen. A lot of action though, that was good. Very fast paced, so that'll do it for the Battle of Tobruk, and I'll see you on the next episode.